Greetings, and welcome to my channel. This is Sorcerer Tal. You can also find me online at thesorcerersguild.com, as well as on Facebook at the Sorcerers Guild. Today on Magical Theory, we are going to be discussing Sawven, also known as Samhain or Halloween. Okay, now, those of you that follow me on Facebook may have seen the meme I put out about this a little while ago. And yes, in that meme, frankly, I'm being a bit snarky because, well, it doesn't really matter how we pronounce the words, yeah? It doesn't matter how it was before because we are evolving into the future. If you want to call it Samhain, in the end, I really don't have a problem with that. And call it Sawven, Sawven. And the thing is even back in the day, yeah, even back in the day where these words were used on the British Isles and Ireland, it wasn't pronounced the same everywhere. Yeah, they had different languages, different dialects. The people in Ireland pronounced it different than the people in Scotland. But in my own memory of those times, I remember the word pronounced Sawven, with a W and a V, Sawven, one word. Other people pronounce it Sawin, Sawin, Saun, Samhain, which I don't think was ever really a pronunciation back in the day. But as far as I'm concerned, we can call it Halloween now. It doesn't really matter. And in fact, I've talked a lot about the changing of the worlds. So that's one of the things that reason I am talking about Halloween today, is because it is time for new things. Yes. It is time for not just a recurrence of what came before, but we are not working in circles, yeah? We are working in cycles, spirals. Each thing that came before shouldn't be just repeated. It should be something that we build upon into the future. And so there are things that I would like to bring into this idea of Halloween, and I will be doing that over this year, and I will also be working on that for Beltane in the coming year. But it is time for a new holidays, for a new world, as the seasons change. So what is Sawven? Sawven is a celebration, often thought of as a celebration of death. It is a time when the veil becomes more easily entered, because we are in the between time of when fall begins and we enter into from summer, fall, to winter. And spring and fall are in between times. So there are two holidays, actually, that celebrate this in-between time. One is birth, and one we call death, but truly it is dying, and that would be Beltane and Halloween, Sawven. And in these times, we are given closer connection to our ancestors. On both, yeah? On both of these are times to recognize our ancestors and deal with the spirits around us. Because they are in between times, everything becomes more open. In that in-between space, the veil itself becomes more open. And not only are we able to more greatly see our ancestors, but we are more able to interact with the actual spirits of this material plane that dwell between the astral and the physical plane, like I've talked about in other videos. And so, because of that, I would like to suggest a recurrence of holidays, which is also a building upon. Often on Halloween, we have this trick-or-treating, where we go out to scare the evil spirits. We go out to scare the evil things in our lives away and banish them from our lives. Well, from this point on, I would like to propose a new idea. The Devil's Hunt. A night during Halloween that we spend some time dressing up in our most terrifying attire, just like we would trick-or-treating. But we use this terrifying image to be more like what it was originally intended for, to scare the evil out of our lives, to chase the devil out. Yeah? I talk about this a little bit in the Trickster videos, talk about beating the devil out of things. And that is what I'm suggesting. I'm not suggesting we literally go chase people down, or anyone down, and declare them devils and hunt them. We are talking about spirits. So this is within your own realm, within your area. You should do a great purifying tonight, but not a purifying with the with the bells or the LBRP or anything like that. This is the night to dress up, to terrify the devil and chase the bad and the negative out of our lives by dressing up in this attire and allowing ourselves to feel that belly fire, like I've talked about in other videos, and to just allow the monster inside of yourself to come out and show the devils who the real scary one is. Yeah? We are far more terrifying than any being that we work with, at least in our own space. We have power in our space, and we are the scary ones. And that, to me, is a big part of what we should be remembering on this night. We are all beasts. We are all monsters. And we must be monsters that chase out the devils rather than become them. Yes? We all have that inside of us, at least a small part. And part of what Halloween should be is embracing that strangeness, that weirdness, that terrifying beast that dwells within the self. And acknowledge that presence and let it be to help chase out the negative things in our life and break the old patterns of what has come before that no longer serves us. Let those be one of the things that die on this night. Okay, so I am going to try to film on Halloween as well when I do the Devil's Hunt. I cannot guarantee that that will be on film, but we'll see. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll show you a little bit more about my costume before I go. I made me a little tail on my pants here, goat pants. I'm supposed to be a kind, which is a type of satyr or fawn. It's a fairy being. Anyways, as I said, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you all have a great Sawven. And if I don't film before then, Merry Sawven to you all. And to all, a sweet Halloween. Oh, yeah, so let's do the regular close, actually. So, bright blessings and an interesting fate. This has been Sorcerer Tal.